Hello and welcome back. So today I wanted to do a review of the second sound font in the 10 custom sound, or the 10 proprietary sound fonts that come pre-installed on Bendu Armory sabers. Now I didn't mention last time, I said that these come pre-installed on the Bendu sabers, but you can also buy the sound font package as its own separate thing. I don't think they sell the fonts individually, but you can buy all 10 as a separate product. Alright, the second one here is a Gundam-inspired sound font. Now, giant robots, energy blade. I'm not a real big fan of... my expertise doesn't really cross into the Gundam fandom, but I have seen pictures and brief videos of the sort of beam sword or energy sword. I've also seen a lot of lightsabers themed around that. I think there's actually even some production models from places like Store that look like the beam sword from Gundam. So that's what this sound font was designed after. All things told, it's an energy-inspired sound font. So again, it could work on a dark saber. The blaster deflects on this, I think, are a little bit better than the Tron one, since only one of them is this sort of machine gun sound, and the rest of them actually sound like blasters. Clashes are pretty straightforward. I think what really sets this font ahead of things specifically is the lockup. It has two lockups. One of them is a pretty classic sort of flickery lockup, and the other one builds to sort of a high screech. And that's something that you hear with the power on and the boot up for this saber as well, that sort of screech noise, which is a little bit bracing in person if the volume's cranked way up, but it is definitely unique. So that second one built up to a sort of crescendo and then stayed there until you powered it off. Alright, let me show you a few of those things real quick, just again so that you can see them more in action. First off, I'll show you the power on, and then the regular smooth swing, the faster accent smooth swings, and the clashes. Alright, so all of that stuff is pretty standard energy font. The clashes sound like clashes. The power up and the swings are about what you'd expect. They're a little bit different from the Tron font, but it is still within the energy vein. Let me go ahead and show you the lockup that I talked about, and I'll see if I can trigger that force effect again, because the force effect on this is also pretty interesting. You'll hear blaster deflects while I try that. Alright, so here's lockup. Alright, this is the more standard lockup that just sort of crackles. Okay, when it comes off of lockup, it has an interesting sort of recharge sort of sound. Let me see if I can get the other lockup. So that lockup dipped down and then built up to a rather sort of obnoxious high-pitched noise, but it is kind of unique and I kind of like that. The blaster deflects again. And that was the force effect there at the end. So the blaster deflects again are all pretty solid, except for that one that sounds like a machine gun. And the force effect is pretty standard. I think what really, like I said, I think what sets this one aside is some of the boot up noises and the lockup have sort of a space feel to them, which I think is consistent with the Gundam style. People in my head dance every time I say that. Anyhow, so that was the second sound font in the 10. Join me back next time We'll look at the third sound font, which is, strangely enough, another energy sound font, which again I think is kind of odd that the first three banks on this, usually strange things like Tron and Gundam sound fonts are reserved for the last few banks on the board, because they're not the standard ones that you're going to have the most use for. It's kind of like the CFX board default files. They have a goofy cat font, but it's the last one on the board because it's the one that you're going to find sitting there at the end, but it's not probably the one that you're going to use most of the time, unless you're me. I use the heck out of that cat font. But putting them as the first, putting all three of the first three as sort of energy fonts is a little bit odd, but again, you can change those around on the user end. All right, join me back next time. We'll look at the third one, which is Arcane.